Fourth not updated. Okay అండి. So 1 minute, I'll update the notes. You are from which number? Batch 3. You are? Raise your hands. Batch 3. Raise your hands. Okay. Batch 2. Batch 2. Okay. Okay, Andy, done. Right, look here. So the last class just now updated. You cross check it and finish off. For today's classes, last technique we had. There are 4 techniques available in session tracking. One is cookie in session tracking, HTTP session in session tracking, URL rewrite means the process of adding parameter values to URL pattern. In that process, the information is transferred from one servlet program to another servlet program. In the second servlet program, the data is available in request object. As shown in the diagram to you, check it once. So today, small program, hidden form fields, because adding hidden form fields for today. The process of declaring input type is equal to hidden. Input type is equal to hidden in form tag. In form tag of HTML. The process of declaring input type is equal to hidden in form tag of HTML is known as hidden form field. Hidden form field. Can anybody know the functionality of hidden form field from HTML class? Anybody? Very good. Whatever the data given in the hidden form field, that is hidden by the end user, means end user cannot see that field. Make it the data which is available in hidden form fields. The data which is available in hidden form fields are not visible to the end user. Means generally HTML form means should be executed on web browser and displays. So whenever you take input type is equal to hidden, and if you give any value in that hidden form field, the end user cannot see that data. That's called hidden form fields. So in tracking process, in session tracking process, we can also take the support of hidden form fields, FIELDS, hidden form fields to transfer the information from one servlet program to another servlet program. One servlet program to another servlet program. Last Saturday class, we are transferring the data from one servlet to another servlet through URL rewrite process. Here, we can also transfer the data from one servlet program to another servlet program using hidden form fields. The syntax form sum action is equal to some URL pattern. We give it some URL pattern. Here we write input type is equal to hidden, where value, some value I'm giving, some value is equal to some name, roughly. Name is equal to some n, roughly taken the syntax. This kind of declaration, we call it as hidden form field. So whatever the data is available in hidden form fields, name only says no, form tag field, that is hidden form fields will not be visible to the end user. It's a theory. Now, example program. Right. The same programmer, whatever the above program is there, I am transferring product details, I think, from servlet 1 to servlet 2. Same programs I will copy here. Same programs. Internally, technique will be changed. See there, I am taking CRVLET servlet application 9, that is hidden form field. Save. Right click. Same build path, configure build path. Add external jar. Servlet API. Open, apply and close. As if like URL rewrite hidden. Here we had jar file. Right click on JDBC6, copy and paste here. Like this. Now, whatever the package available here, total package, copy and paste here. The total package I'm copying here. The total package is copied. Whenever you copy it, and you must open once. You must open them once. In the servlet, sorry, in Eclipse, you have to open them once, unless sometimes the reflection may come, may not come. Right. Now, the files are available here. From URL rewrite here. From URL rewrite here one input.html. I'm copying input.html, copy web app, right click and paste. This is input. Okay. Now see that I'm changing the fields now. Go to first servlet. Go. All the process is same actually. What is the process now, sir? whenever the retrieve DAO dot retrieve of request. Now this retrieve DAO will perform connection to database product. From request, it takes the product code, runs the query. The product details will be available on the result set. Whatever the details available in the result set, we are making them available in the bean. Not only logic. So we loaded into product bean. We returns the product bean so that the data is available in the product bean. That's the information. Once the data is available in the product bean, if it is null, invalid product code. If bean object not created, it already explained that. Okay, right. If true means here I am using URL rewrite, but I must use a hidden form field. Right. Okay. So here I am typing the form tag. Total, I am typing the form tag here. Only the technique changes. Right. Here, directly I am writing the HTML code here. See there. I am writing the HTML code. I am writing the form tag. I am writing the form tag. In this form tag, action is equal to whenever you want to write some attribute related information. Generally in the HTML we use double quotes. No, we use double quotes, but here you must use single quotes. That is second. Second, you can generate get request, no issue. Method is equal to get. You must write single quotes. No, method is equal to get. You can generate. So inside this now, here pw dot println, I am writing input. Input type is equal to hidden. Type is equal to hidden. Value is equal to here single quotes. Value means you must assign the data. Break and write pb dot get code. Is a code. Here name is equal to, I am writing code. I am writing. So I assign to the hidden form field. This is repeated for 4 times. The hidden form fields are repeated. Here pb dot get name. So here we'll give a name. Here pb dot get price. Here price. Get quantity. Name is equal to quantity. So this is very hard to write HTML code, part of servlet coding generally, but in the real time we never write. The reason in MVC JSP will come. We are 2 or 3 steps away from JSP. If JSP comes, the code will go to JSP. But here to explain this technique, we are writing here pw dot. I can paste it here also. So type is equal to submit. Submit. So name is equal to view product details. Now the as this form tag will be coming as an output. But whenever this form tag will come as an output now, this total form tag I written, but you cannot see that hidden form fields. So only that input type submit you can see. Input type submit you can see. So this is hidden form fields. The total values I kept in the hidden form field. I given a names code, name, price, quantity, and so on. Now your action is equal to second. So the same thing I taken. So second servlet running on URL pattern second and do get. Anyway written get there, no, right? Okay, the program will run. See there. I'm not copying web.xml. I'm typing web.xml. Always you must type web.xml. So for you, I given the new batch came, no orientation. They called me today actually. For you, Hibernate and Spring not there, no, in that course curriculum. For you, it is there, not there. So they are asking me to take one core Java here. Hope I'll come for one core Java. I think they are assigning one batch for me. Core. Why means the negative feedbacks are coming from the companies. They asked me a feedback also. Sir, you are attending 2 p.m. batch. No? How are the students? Because I'll be running 6 batches there generally. What is the difference you found it? What is the answer from me? They are very serious, sir. Very dedicated, sir. We never say no. You are not serious, no? Yes or no? Serious not there. That flavor is missing. I found that very frankly. I'm speaking to you also directly. That students different. Why the students are like this means their friends not there for them. For friends are there. That's a drawback. That is repeated, no? In graduation, that only no. 10 members team is there. If one is want to bunk it, remaining 9 also he'll drag it and go out. That only happened already. So that may be repeating, I think, hope so, because of 8-hour session being here for 4 months, like on college environment. Hope that is creating some disturbance to some learners, I think. So non-learners will not learn it. So that effect is coming. I felt it. So whether it true or not, I don't know, but I observed that. Yes or no, not? You felt it or not felt it? Because one is not interested means hope you will destroy the another one, no? Right. That environment is different, no? They don't have a friends. They'll take one notes and they'll go out and they'll read it. They'll come and ask and they'll go. That's all. There ends the matter. Different that environment I'm saying. There 4 years gap people is there, 5 years job is there. Some knife will be there on the neck for them. Experience is needed. So seriousness different. Different approach. I felt it. So here I said the same feedback. I written same thing I written because I must give because I'm leaving a batch now. So I'm nearer. I said from 12th you can conduct interviews from Servlet and JDBC. I said. So this is the feedback I given. Same thing I'm saying to you because you must also know. No, if anybody is affecting such environment, once the time goes here again, it will not come and again. Already you missed the time now. 4 years already or 3 years already missed. Again I am missing here means again where you will go on because I'm educating. I'm trying to educate you. I'm not trying to point out. Somebody has to say to you. Father says also children will not listen. Mother says also they never listen, I think. So some trainer has to point out that situation somewhere in your life. That's called teacher maybe. So somewhere they have to point out. So I'm pointing out. I observed what I observed. What I said to them, I'm saying to you also. Why means advanced Java is ending now. Interview only no next. Whether you learned or not learned or nobody will ask you. Right? So I said one point to also. Getting job is not important. Surviving is important. Write the tag in the book and keep it. Someday you'll remember that tag also. Today's situation is coming very hard today. Only the subject people will be filtered at last. That is going to happen. So for few years you can survive. For a few years you can survive. Taking support of some Google search or some other friend or something you can do. Lifelong not possible. Somewhere, some way, you have to learn it. No other choice for you. If you want to be in this world, no other choice. So why I'm saying, they said that feedback. I'm saying to you the same thing. Morning, 2 days back, only I given last Saturday, only I given to you already. Just I'm saying that point. If anybody is affecting that kind of situation, come out of it, because they're planning some interviews for a batch. Because I asked the number also for you. Why I asked the number today means batch 3 people want eligibility for whether interview started or not started. So they want to start interviews for batch 3. They said, I don't understand that number. I cannot understand. I said, yes. Because I asked that question to you. Who is batch 3? I asked. Batch 2 time is there. Batch 3, they want to put interviews from 12th actually. Next Monday onwards, they're planning. Understood this point now? Because I'm giving Servlet content now. So JDBC Servlet already C language completed, I think. Core Java about to ended. Oracle ended. HTML ended. You're ready for interview now? You're ready for interview or not now? So all maximum questions will come from Servlet only. Servlet gives the high weightage for 60%. Because Servlet is the base for remaining two frameworks. One is Spring, one is web service. Market knows. Because if any Servlet program is, they'll ask the questions, they'll take into web service and Spring, they'll train it. That all happening in the market. You are not going to work on Servlet, but the knowledge needed. Whenever you want to step to the next level, the knowledge. Because I said the same feedback. They asked, sir, batch 3 is with you, they said. So because I asked that number to you, the same feedback I given to you. From 12th, they're planning some interviews, I think. Hope so. That's the point. Why I said to you means, I said to you because you must know what is happening. Okay, right. Now I'll run it. See there? Right click on WebINF, new, here. Other XML, web.xml, click on finish. Here. Web app, welcome file list. So always I'm typing XML file, that point you have to observe it. So XML file, you don't copy it. If possible, HTML also don't copy it. Sometimes it will not work. If you have a time, type that HTML. Javas you can copy. .java files you can copy. That will not make any disturbance to you. Especially any technical rounds are there. Any programming test is there. Their HTML, XML, you type it. Then only the program will run, because you don't know from where the disturbance comes. So I'm giving that information to you. So Java files you can copy here and there, no issue. But XML files reflection will not come. HTML sometime reflection will not come. In your technical programming examinations are there means these two files try to type it, so that fastly you can come out of it. Okay, right, that point. Welcome file list and welcome file. Here input dot html. Click on finish. So I'm running. Here a hidden form field is available. Run as, run on server. Click on finish. Here A111, see there, retrieve product. Actually that is submit button. Submit query. I written wrongly, I think. Value I written, name I written. Name. I must write value, I think. something. See there, uh, submit button, run it. Answer is coming. Okay, right. One minute, let me correct it. The answer is coming anyway. First servlet here. Input type submit is equal to, this is value. Yes or no? Value. Run as, run on server, click on finish. Right. So A111, what I know the code, retrieve product. Here, view product details. Can you see? Right. So here, hidden form field data is not displayed, but they are transferred from one servlet to another servlet. All of you can remember these four techniques theoretically. Can you speak in the interview? Right. See there, from day one onwards, servlet definition. Everybody should know servlet definition. Don't by heart something, nothing is there. The program which is executing in server environment is known as servlet program or server program. That's all. Try to speak more simple, because in your real time also you never speak and we work brains. Communication not there also, no problem. Train something and go enter it. Knowledge is important, not communication skill. Sir, I'll speak more posh language. Nobody will give the job to you, because we are not telecallers, no? Right? So that will add some advantage for somebody. Don't feel that he only will get a job. So you also can train yourself and enter it, because you must express your knowledge, no? Sir, at last I must express. I learned something, I must express. If you cannot speak, say directly. So I cannot say in the words, can I write and show? If you are strong in syntactical, write and show. Nothing wrong. Market needs that. The resource should know something. You say that. Servlet program, simply. In the process of constructing one servlet program, as a developer, we had two major choices. One is extending from generic servlet, extending from HTTP servlet. If it is extended from generic servlet, protocol independent. Protocol independent, the meaning ready to accept the request from any type of protocol. That's a meaning. In real time, we never use generic servlet, only for interview, read that point. Other one is HTTP servlet, which is protocol dependent, means HTTP protocol dependent. Because of this reason, I kept a few programs on generic servlet, few programs on your HTTP servlet. I kept it. Both are available in your notebook or whatever the notes available to you. After that program definition completed, then practices you have to start it. In the process of constructing one servlet program, some life cycle methods are available. So core Java life cycle method. Marker not data. 1 minute. They are also not giving the importance for classes. Right. See there, here in the servlet programming, generally, life cycle method. One term is there, life cycle method. Life cycle methods, the meaning is three methods always. What are the three methods now? INIT, service, and destroy. Life cycle. Life cycle meaning is automatically INIT method executed, automatically service method executed after INIT, automatically destroy method executed after service. So they are known as life cycle. Life cycle means they'll come in the same order. Order will not be changed. If it is HTTP servlet, the service method is replaced with do post method or do get method. Depending upon our requirement, you can take do post or do get. This is life cycle method. Whenever if you use this term, is there any life cycle method in core Java? They'll ask a question. In core Java, life cycle method is main. Automatically executed or not now generally. So only one method which is executed automatically is a life cycle. Only one method. So two methods are there means we can say order. So only one method is there in your core Java. Is there any life cycle method available in the core? If anybody asked, then you must say I observed main method is life cycle method. Then they'll ask how you observed it. As a code writer, I am not calling the main method. It is running automatically. So I felt it is a life cycle method. So the term we never use in core, but when you come to advanced Java interview, they'll touch this, whether you observed or not. That's the point. So up to now, I not kept any code in the init. I not kept any code in your destroy. In the life cycle, I'm going to keep it. Until then, I will not keep it. So I concentrated on the syllabus part. So I went forward. Whenever I gone forward, I concentrated servlet to servlet communications. I concentrated. So in that process, I took the support of request dispatcher. I took the support of request dispatcher. Request dispatcher is one interface which provides two methods, forward and include. Using the two methods, we can perform servlet communications, maybe forward communication, maybe include communication. Sir, what is forward communication means? Servlet program 1 will take the request and give the request to servlet program 2. Servlet program 2 will give a response. That concept we call it as forward communication. Include communication means what? Servlet program 1 will take the request, will give a response also, but the servlet program 1 response is included with the response of a second servlet. So we are calling it as include communication. Speak very clearly about request dispatcher and forward communication, include communication. This is one sector. In all the programs, almost they are available to you in all the programs. After this one, I brought DAO layer, data access object layer. The meaning, as a code writer, we are writing database related operations separately. So we are maintaining database related operations separately. Means what? Database connection, database table creation. Somebody asked from this room, sir, database table creation we not yet done from the program up to now. I not yet done. On demand, I'll do in the last that program to you, one small program to create a table, because not mandatory in the real time aspect. The reason ORMs are going to do that work in the real time. For now, DAO means database related operations are available. Database connection, on-demand database table creation, database insertion, retrieve, update, delete. So the 6 related codes are available in that DAO. Then they will ask generally that notes I'll write in the last MVC, but I'm presenting that to you. Why we have to maintain DAO separately? One question is there. So that questions we write in the last. In MVC comes, you can see DAO. So why we are maintaining means, suppose you developed one project with MVC. Here DAO is separate. Now you are running some application models you are running from me. You are waiting for 2 assignment solutions from me. So that solutions I'll give in the form of MVC to you. That's a plan. Not only in this batch and all the batch. First I'll give 1 or 2 assignments. I'll plan that assignment through JSP output. Generally, according to MVC, DAO will be separate. Suppose in the future this project completed, in the future they've changed the databases. Means you are running on Oracle, they changed the database. Whenever the database product has been changed, example, now very easily you can edit the code. You can edit the code or update the code in the DAO without affecting the remaining servlets. That is a major advantage. Suppose Here, suppose you are learning JDBC from me. JDBC is the not last point, no? After JDBC, Hibernate with JPA is there. Spring JDBC is there. Spring Data is there. Spring ORM is there. Modules are waiting to you. Suppose you updated yourself to, you went to one company. The company is using Spring JDBC. So suppose your project also want to practice with that Spring JDBC. What will do now? This DAO layer you're going to convert into Spring JDBC without affecting the remaining layers. Because of this reason, we maintain this database separately where you can edit it, modify it, update it very easily without affecting the other layers. That's the meaning of DAO. You can write, somebody asked from this room only, somebody, sir, can I write this database code part of Servlet program? You can write it, because Servlet program is a Java program. You can write it. But according to the rules of MVC, that layer should be separate so that in the enhancement of the project that can be updated very, very easily. Right. Now all are learning Oracle. Right. So my developer point I'm saying, don't is developer side I'm saying, we must not give the highest priority for database, because we are not database dependent code writers. Sir, I practiced Oracle, sir. You joined IBM company. I'll work with Oracle, and Oracle is a product belongs to Oracle Corporation. IBM uses DB2. Sir, in my 100% 100% placement guarantee batch, they giving training on Oracle. I'll use Oracle when they will not accept it, because Java developer is database independent. So Oracle is one add-on aspect to you. So you're learning one Oracle means the example of database. These database connections are available in the DAO where you can change it very easily. That's called DAO. Speak on DAO if anybody asked. The DAO layer, one or two logics I kept it. How to take it, how to insert it. Almost I'll keep all. You can observe my codes, and somewhere retrieve will be there, somewhere insert will be there, somewhere update will be there, somewhere update I not given. I given assignment to you, update and delete. I will write the codes and I'll give to you. Logics I'll give it. You can take my logic as an input for your enhancement. Means when you go to a company, as there one update logic is there, you can take my logic practice as an input for your enhancement. Means I also want to get some idea, means you can take my logic as an input. So SAR written this model. So I'll follow this model and you can write it. So like this, we put all the models related to DAO to you. Finally, after DAO, somewhere the data is coming out of your DB and the data is going on to database. Somebody has to hold that data. Today also product bean is holding the data or not now. From Servlet program 1, here, first Servlet, after retrieving has been completed, the data is available in the bean. You observe or not, I don't know. From day one onwards in the Servlet coding, always I used beans. Without beans also I can write the code, but without beans also we can write it, but you must not write it. The reason, next layers, I must think about the next layer, no? Right. This is not about finishing the course. I'm enhancing you for the next layer. Means when you go for the next, all beans are there. Venkatesh are not used any bean, means confusion will come or not now. So I must put a concentration on the next layer also, because I used beans format. Always I kept the data in the bean. I'm returning the bean to Servlet. I'm accessing from the bean. I'm updating something. Again, I'm sending the bean like this. Bean based coding is available. So everybody should read these points about beans. So finally, request dispatcher, forward communication, include communication, DAO, and beans. If more number of beans are coming, more number of bean objects are coming, we have to hold it, we have to organize it. Generally, we have to hold it, we have to organize it. Whenever we want to hold it and we want to organize it, we need collection framework component. So because I used array list for demo purpose, I used array list for demo purpose. Always in my diagram, I'll write 3 always: bean, DAO, JCF. If you write JCF, somebody asked in the interview, why you written JCF? Means you can say one bean is there, no problem. Suppose multiple beans are there. Suppose I want to see 10 train details traveling from one station to another station. So 10 train details are available in 10 beans. But 10 beans I have to hold somewhere. No, that only collection framework. So somewhere I must give that information. I took array list. I given an information how I am returning the array list. But before returning the array list, student should know that is serializable object. So I given notes on serializable, non-serializable. One day in the session I given information about that. After that I return the program on your array list. So finally DAO, beans, JCFs, where servlet is communicating in that request dispatcher forward include. Now the servlet program want to add some more information in the form of variable, that only attribute. So attribute is one variable in servlet coding which can be added to context object, request object, and session object. That only set attribute, get attribute, remove attribute. The codes are available to you on demand. Servlet code writer. Whenever you want to add some more information to the objects, you had a flexibility of adding in the form of attributes. You must read attribute. So these are the major points we had it. After that, students should know request definition, types of requests. Only two types of requests will be there. The user may generate post request. The user may generate get request. Sir, how can I know where is post request, where is get request? HTML form tag method is equal to post means post request. Remaining all get request. Other than that, if you write today return of method is equal to get request. Method attribute not there also get request. Hyperlinks href also get request. URL pattern in the address bar, I not used any program up to now. If a URL pattern in the address bar also, that also get request. So like this, you must know what is the difference between get request and post request. To hold them, you had do post and do get. After that, tracking. So definitely every project will have login and logout. Definitely without a login and logout, project will not be there. So definitely user has to log in. He has to do some work. He has to log out. That is a process we had it. So for that, when the user logs in as a code writer, I must take some information and keep somewhere so that I can track him. Whether whenever he make any request, we must track him through that information. Suppose Praveen sir is there. Hope he maintains your data, I think. Right? You make any request, no, first you will check it whether you are a student or not. Means he is maintaining some piece of information. No, when this piece of information is used means when you make a request. So when the login successful, after login successful, if you make a request, we cross check that information available, then we give the permission. The major techniques are cookie and HTTP session. So mandatory question is request dispatcher, mandatory question. Beans, mandatory question. And HTTP session and cookie, mandatory question. So without these three questions, interview will not be there on the servlet generally. After that, two sub techniques are available. Two sub techniques means in the process of constructing one project using HTTP session or cookie, in the process of constructing one project, somewhere some information I have to send it. Without knowledge of that end user, I must pass some information. There they given two sub techniques to you. URL rewrite, hidden form fields. URL rewrite means adding that information to URL pattern and sending the control from one servlet to another servlet. That is last class program. Today's program is in the form tag, we had an option of declaring input type is equal to hidden, so that is not displayed to the end user. Through that hidden form field, we can send the data from servlet 1 to servlet 2. In the real-time approaches, hidden form fields are not available. In the real-time programming, hidden form fields are less used when compared to above 3. Got it right? But interview purpose, how many are there means 4 are there, you must say. How many are there means 4 are there. When you say 4 and speak very clearly, slowly, speak it. Whatever you know, present that only. So that only very important. If you feel tension, you'll forget everything. Don't bad only. Read it and analyze yourself and remember it. Don't read it. If you read it, Byheading will go. When you byhead it, tension will come. So read once and analyze that and remember, then you can have it tension free. That's the point. These are the major points because I'm concluding Servlet, right? There I drawn one diagrammatical form to you, giving the layout about Servlet programming. I'll show that layout. Servlet programming easy only, no? Yes or no? Na? These are the topics and nothing is there. For this, I don't know why students will say advanced Java is very hard. I don't know. Actually, I'll train advanced Java in 1 week only. I'll go for this fast, super fast track trainer I have. So I'll go for this railway employees. I'll go. This irctc.co.in. This South Indian railway employees will come there. Naresh IT is the partner, training partner for South Indian railway. So when they want super fast track means Naresh IT will send me. I'll start on Monday. I'll end by Saturday because they will not have holidays. No, they'll come for 1 week to Secunderabad. On training season, they'll stay for only 1 week. So 2 days JDBC, 3 days Servlet, 1 day JSP. I'll start the session morning 9:15. I'll start the session 5:15. I'll speak it 1 hour. I will. So in between the employees coming or not, I never see because he's a techno. Right. I'll arrange 5 or 6 mentors I used to take and go. All are open laptops. I'll be speaking. They'll be working. At last, my notes will be dumped. They should learn it now. Right. In that process, now I said what is that? There is Servlet. Core part, backbone of Servlet. What I'm speaking is backbone. With this knowledge, you can learn remaining very easily. Spring MVC, go to Spring MVC and set it. Within 5 days, you can learn it if you have a Servlet coding. Spring Core. Spring Core means core Java references. One object will hold reference of another object. To explain that, the model is Spring Core. The model name is Spring Core. Spring Core means core Java only. One object integrated to another object. So there some terms are there. They had some terms. If you know core Java correctly, core will complete it. Spring Core. If you know Servlet coding and advanced Java correctly, Spring MVC will be over. If you know JDBC correctly, Spring JDBC is over. Understood? Fine. If you know these 3 models correctly, within 5 days, Spring Boot will be over. That's a technique. Because of this reason, when you're going for entry level companies like you, freshers or anyway, they'll ask more questions on core Java. Core Java means language. They must ask questions on language. Then they'll ask questions on Servlet because technology, because knowledge should be applied. So these 2 points are highest priority. You had it. After Servlet only JDBC will come because they will not ask questions on JDBC. There is less questions because JDBC already modification happened. No, JSP already dominating with Spring is Spring EL. So they'll give the last priority. If you answer correctly in the Servlet, they'll ask remaining 2 generally. So highest priority given for core part. Why core part is language. Language means basic part. So this is the way of preparation for you. Core Java always evergreen only because language, everybody should entry point is language. Core Java means language part. Advanced Java means technology part. Next levels are framework part. That is Spring and Hibernate is framework part. This is a way of preparation to you. Okay, right. Now I'll show the diagram to you once. What happened? Right. So this is the diagram. We had. Let me copy this diagram once. Right. So see the diagram there. There one information is there with you. You completed all except two objects. One is context, one is config. Today HTTP session, you know cookie. Anyway, you know DAOs, you know beans, you know JCFs. All programs are available. One program. I asked you to by this diagram also already. Right. Here one layout is there. The flow. Just I'm speaking orally flow. We deploy the application. We are deploying the application. No, right click on the application. Run as run on server. You are loading the application or loading the program. Remember this point, right? If you right click on the program, run as it will not run. You must run. You must, because already that point available in your multi-threading chapter in Core Java. In multi-threading Core Java, we say that point to you. Process means application under execution is a process. Multi-thread definition. Whenever we want to introduce that point, we say application under execution is a process according to Java developer. According to operating system people, program under execution is a process. Program under execution is a process for OS people. We are platform independent. We don't want the definition from OS. So according to our area, the application under execution is a process. So you are executing application. You are not executing the program. Whenever you want to start the application, we need one starting point. That only one HTML file as an home page. Whenever you want to make that HTML form as an home page, you are giving that information to web.xml. Understood this point now? So execution controls automatically goes to web.xml. From there, identify one home page, input.html or login.html and displays. After that, you are going to start or trigger one servlet program. That's a point. So here the information is, when the application is deployed, one object is created automatically. And the day one I said that point to you, one object is created automatically known as servlet context object. The servlet context object is loaded with server information. Already recorded that notes, I think. After that, identifying one servlet program, the servlet program will be loaded. Whenever you want to identify the servlet program, we need URL pattern. Whenever you want to use that URL pattern, or whenever you want to hold that URL pattern, code writers will use annotation or you'll use web.xml is going to use it. Up now I not yet brought URL pattern into web.xml, I kept in the annotation. So based on that mapping process, one servlet program will be loaded onto web container for execution. When the servlet program loaded onto web container for execution, automatically one object created known as servlet config loaded with servlet name. After that, servlet program is instantiated, because I stopped this life cycle. Why I stopped this life cycle notes means students should feel the flavor first, then only notes will come. So already some 50% you understood already. Application is coming, one context object is coming, all servlet program is coming, config object is coming. In that servlet program object created, automatically. Then three life cycle methods will come: init, service, and destroy. While service method execution, request object will come, response object will come. Whenever I want to send the data, I am creating print writer object and sending the data. This is the basic flavor. Whenever we want session tracks, about two. Whenever you want a DAOs, DAO. Whenever you want to have a beans, beans. Whenever you want to have a JCF, JCF. So the all part completed, but nodes is not available on servlet context, servlet config. So we are making separate nodes on servlet context, servlet config. Very, very, very important discussion regarding your interview. Because what is servlet context, what is servlet config, and what is init PRM, what is context PRM, where to write this init PRM, where to write the context PRM, how to write URL pattern part of web.xml. These are the questions you're expecting from your context and config. Because I moved that discussion to last. After having discussion on the two objects, then I'll give the notes on a life cycle. That's the plan. Okay, right. Now make it. Now make a siding. Before siding, sorry, assignment, sir. So take one assignment, same. Construct servlet application to send book details from one servlet program to another servlet program using hidden form fields. Same application, hidden form fields. FIELTS form fields. Right. So Saturday given assignment, notes not available. Today you do both and come, right? Once practice, once and come. Right. Let me scroll up once for 2 minutes. Servlet and creating file and see there, servlet context, servlet config, servlet request, servlet response, get writer, set content type given. So I drawn one diagram also anyway. I also asked you to draw the diagrams. I don't know how many of it drawn. How many of it drawn? And if they give one more batch to me in advance, I'll type the lab also. I'll enter into the lab also. Because knowledge oriented means practical only. Because they're trying to remove the, because I'm not good impression on your online batches. Java means one worth will be there. Sitting and listening only, it will not come. Sleeping, listening, never come. But sleeping, no. So now your Praveen sir is shouting, no, sir, why online, why online? Because he has his own reasons from management. So he has patience more. So shouting means some reasons is there. He's asking one question, no, why you are not coming? They must say, sir, I must sleep it and listen it. So without sleeping, that is the reason they cannot say, no, they not yet said, I think. So even Servlet also same money. If you face-to-face working only, it will come. You must work bit seriously. Servlet coding means evergreen, always. Core Java evergreen, because I'll run with its two batches generally. Core advances, I'll run it. Because when core advances are there only, management will keep us there. Generally, core advances, generally. Core advances are like nothing but LKG, UKG. So they are not Java oriented courses, but confidence oriented. We can move the students to the next levels with more confident. Generally, the two things you have to practice it. Servlet programming, if you answer more questions on servlet programming, finish. You can crack it out up to here. So here I shown once again to you the definition is available: context and config. but I'm not given any other information about this, right? The process of writing a notes here. About URL pattern, I not given any information up to now. Okay, right? I'll give that information in the life cycle to you forward. I'm cross checking the notes pattern. I'll forget it generally. Okay. Okay. So can I do the remaining class by tomorrow? Right. Because tomorrow I'll do it out. I had a time. I'll upload the notes now only. Tomorrow's class is 87. Servlet. Servlet context. Servlet. Servlet config.